y'all. I want to address this video to King Noble and the comment that he made today about Marcus Garvey and equating Marcus Garvey and the allegations against him to Brother Polight and the allegations of scamming leveled against him by some of his customers. Now, King Noble basically described Marcus Garvey's activities in America as nothing but a capitalist operation. He basically described Marcus Garvey's operation as being for profit and basically an operation that was never really fulfilled, because he said Marcus Garvey spoke about going to Africa and he never actually set foot on Africa. He had some economic operations going on, fundraising, but he never went to Africa. I mean, I think it's clear every time there's a revolutionary organization in America, it's clear that the government will mobilize its forces towards the destruction of this organization and any activities that the organization would seek to institute. So we know that Marcus Garvey made the best attempt that he could make in the 20s, in the early 1900s, when, this was like some of the worst oppression that we were experiencing after slavery. So Marcus Garvey emerged from the post-slavery era and galvanized a network of people which was able to inspire a revolutionary change on the continent of Africa and a revolutionary change in the social fabric of black communities worldwide. It was a revolutionary on the individual level. Each of us was inspired by Marcus Garvey and his activities, so he fulfilled what it was he intended to set out, what he intended to fulfill, because he said, look for him in the whirlwind. And in the sense, this whirlwind is the revolutionary change that's taking place internally in all of us when we consider black consciousness back to Africa, loving ourselves as black people, and studying our history and becoming self-sufficient as individuals and as a race. He spoke about black nationhood and the importance of us being a collective for our own security and for our own protection. So his philosophy was very revolutionary, very inspiring, very transformative. So he came to deliver a message, and the message was received. He may not have touched down on Africa, because the Most High will was probably for Marcus Garvey to be in this region, to awaken the people who are here in this region, who were disillusioned and a desolate people, downtrodden. So I think the comments about Marcus Garvey, I don't really appreciate that this scamming allegation leveled against Polight could be equated with the negative and defamatory campaign of the U.S. government against Marcus Garvey and also the Jamaican people, because during the time that Marcus Garvey actually was beginning his revolution, the Jamaican people were still heavily under colonial oppression, in the sense that even though they were independent, after a period of time, Jamaica still had the sentiments that were, I guess, reminiscent of the plantation era and reminiscent of the colonial era. So when Marcus Garvey spoke about freeing the black race and instituting our own network, our own economy, and our own collective once again, this was something that sounded like anarchy in their ears. But peace and love. Just wanted to drop that on y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. One love.